All right, what is up, everyone? My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be giving you guys the game review of today's Flyers game. They played the Winnipeg Jets at home, and they picked up a 4-2 win. Very important game for the Flyers. They come off that home stretch versus Columbus, where they sweep them. They get that last game versus Columbus. They got a 4-3 overtime win with a goal from Kevin Hayes in overtime. And the Flyers in this one, they started off early. They were really generating chances, and 2 minutes in, Scott Laughton gets it, makes it 1-0 Flyers on a really nice rush from Ivan Provorov. He's skating up the ice. Literally, he was flying from his own goal line all the way up. He found Laughton on the inside. He ripped it, posting in on Hellebuyck, and it's a 1-0 Flyers lead. A couple minutes later, the Flyers are still generating chances. Bottom lines, they're getting going. The first line's having a couple chances. Giroux, Voracek, Couturier, they were all over it. They couldn't really get anything going until Scott Laughton again made it 2-0. At first, I thought this was Tyler Pitlick. As the puck, it was a 3-on-1, so Laughton came in. He had some nice footwork on the play. He centered it to the net, and it looked like it hit off a Hellebuyck or the Jets defender, and it just rolled in. It looked like Pitlick tipped it, but nevertheless, it was still 2-0 Flyers. And really, after that goal, the Jets were really starting to generate some pressure, and that continued into the second period as well. The Jets, they really had a lot of puck possession, but nothing was towards the middle of the ice. A lot of it was towards the outside, and you can say that for the second period as well. After the first period, the Flyers are up 2-0 still, and the shots on goal were 12-10 in favor of the Flyers. So to go into the second, this is kind of a broken play here after the Jets are really starting to generate their chances. The Flyers get one really nice rush that they defended well. Sanheim had a pass out. Voracek carried it in, passed it over to Couturier, and then Couturier went to center it, and then it got deflected back up to the point. Niskanen took a slap shot, and it hit one of the Jets defenders in front. As I said, it was a broken play. Couturier picked up the rebound and sniped it on Hellebuyck, and it's a 3-0 Flyers lead. And after that, it was kind of the Jets where they started to get more pressure. After that, the Flyers only had 4 shots in this period. Winnipeg had 15. But like the Jets, as I said, they generated chances, but nothing was like insanely dangerous. Like they had their chances, don't get me wrong. And Hart was pretty solid in both of these periods to keep the Flyers in the game, but nothing was insanely dangerous where the Jets were nothing was really in the middle of the ice. Everything was on the perimeter, point shots, and if anything, the Flyers, they were stuck in their own zone, but they were defending it pretty well where they weren't really giving up any shots. So the Jets definitely had more puck possession in these 2 periods until Morrissey makes it 3-1 on a play where Couturier went to poke check on Scheifele, and his stick hit Scheifele's skate. Coots lost his stick. He went to pick it up. Voracek was basically lost. He had to cover. Scheifele behind the net passed it out to Morrissey. He ripped it on Hart, and it was 3-1. It was a snipe right over Hart's shoulder. Really nothing Hart could do. As I said, it was kind of a missed assignment with Voracek as well, because since Couturier lost his stick. But after that, it's 3-1. And as I said, the Jets had 15 shots. The Flyers had 4. Going into the period, this basically it was a useless penalty, and it was also kind of a bad call as well. I believe it was it was an interference call on Robert Hagg, and that actually that happened a couple times throughout the game. They didn't call it. They decided to call it now. And Patrick Laine scores on a play where the Jets break into the zone, and the Flyers are it looked like they were kind of reaching a little bit on the penalty kill, and it was just right over. And, Couturier missed it with his stick, Pitlick missed it, and Laine was wide open. Really nothing Niskanen could do on this either, because, as I said, there was no help with the forwards coming back as they were pressuring at the blue line, and Laine scores bar down on Carter Hart. It's a 3-2 hockey game. A couple minutes later, Tyler Pitlick in the bottom line. They're still generating chances off the faceoff. Robert Hagg takes a shot, deflects off of Pitlick's stick, hits one of the Jets defenders in the shin pad, and it trickles in, and it's a 4-2 Flyers lead. They bunker down from there, and the Jets, they still had their chances late in the game, but as I said, nothing was towards the middle of the ice, and the Flyers, they ended up picking up the win. But just after the 4-2 goal, the Flyers had this chance with the first line out there. It was Giroux, Couturier, and Voracek. And I kid you not, they must have had about 6 or 7 chances to put it in. It was Voracek had a chance. Giroux was kind of passing too much. I mean, Couturier shot it. He lost the puck. It hit Hellebuyck's pad and then hit the post and went wide. It was just unreal. And then the Flyers got a power play out of that. They didn't get anything after that. But the Flyers really did own the third period. And then, as I said, the Jets, they really had their chances late in the game, but as I said, nothing was really towards the middle of the ice in the last, I'd say, minute and a half or so, because the Flyers did have a penalty with 4:04 left. Flyers had a power play, and then it was 2:04 left, and the Jets were kind of just cycling around at the end. but they didn't get any goals, and the Flyers picked up the 4-2 win. Now, today, there was 2 games that mattered to the Flyers in the afternoon. Pittsburgh played Buffalo at home, and Pittsburgh lost 5-2, so that's good. And the Capitals lost to the Devils 3-2, but Alex Ovechkin did get 700 goals. Really good milestone there. I think that he is the greatest goal scorer in the game. I also think he's if he doesn't break Gretzky's record, he's going to be pretty damn close. But anyways, now the Flyers are 3 points out of first place, and their next game is Tuesday night versus San Jose on the 25th, and also tomorrow is the Flyers Wives Carnival. Really good event that the Flyers have been doing for many years. Sadly, I'm not able to go. I would have loved to, but I just wasn't able to this year. But anyways, my podcast, my articles, those links are on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye. All right, what's up, everyone? So I got the advanced stats from today's game versus Winnipeg. I'm going to start off with the Corsi this time. So in the first period, the Jets, they had a 52.94% to the Flyers' 47.06. The Flyers outshot them 12-10, but Winnipeg, they generated more puck possession, and a lot of the shots that the Flyers blocked were pretty in some high-quality scoring chances, and Hart had to come up big in that first period later on after the Flyers made it 2-0. Going into the second, this is really where the Jets started to pounce on the Flyers. They had a 65.79% to the Flyers' 34.21%. And after that, the Flyers they started to pick up some momentum after the Couturier goal, but still the Jets, they just had so much pressure on the Flyers, and they were really getting shots from all over the ice compared to the Flyers, where they just had more puck possession, not as many shots, and the Jets outshot them 15-4. And then in the third period, after the Laine goal, and then after the Pitlick goal, it was really all Flyers after that. It was 29-03 for Winnipeg, and then 70.37 for the Flyers. And then to end the game, Winnipeg actually beat the Flyers 51.52% to the Jets 48.48%. And now I'm going to move into the heat map. All right, so the heat map, so both teams really have a lot of chances all over the ice. The Flyers have majority of them all over in front of the slot. They had 4 of the goals that were pretty close in tight. The Jets, that goal from the left circle, that was from Laine, that bullet. And then they also had chances from the right point, and then some chances in front. So as I said, it was kind of like last game versus Columbus, where both teams had a lot of chances all over, but then the Flyers, they were able to get more goals from in front than it compared to Winnipeg, as the Flyers actually had a decent amount of bodies in front on certain shots from the point. And now I'm going to move into the regular stats from today's game. All right, so the Flyers, they outshot the Jets 32-29. Face-off percentage were 58% for the Flyers, 42% for Winnipeg. Hits were 21-19 in favor of Philadelphia. And then the blocks were 13-12 in favor of the Flyers, and the giveaways were 9-5 in favor of the Flyers. Ice time, Giroux with 18:31. He led the Flyers. Couturier was around 18-20-something, and he also had a really good game with Giroux and Voracek. That was probably one of the Flyers' best lines today. And who else but Ivan Provorov on the back end with 23 minutes and 42 seconds. Hart had a .931 save percentage today. He was very good in net. Hopefully the Flyers can continue this up into these next 2 games in the rest of February. They got the Sharks on Tuesday and then the Rangers on Friday night. Both games are at home. So hopefully the Flyers can maybe take over that first place spot in these next 2 games. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.